Welcome to your talks. So today I'm have Kartikeya and we'll be talking about building community as community building as career. So if you don't know Kartikeya, he is the personal student community leader as well as the founder of OpInCo community and a greater community expert as well as a GSOC student at TensorFlow. So without wasting any time, let's give us straight to Kartikeya.
Yeah, thanks Adam for great introduction. I love to be thanks for inviting me first of all to share my journey in community right now. Yeah, just more on fact in a small line if I'm say I'm right now student community intern at Postman and I'm also as Adam already stated I'm also founder at OpInCo community. Those who pretty much follow maybe MLS local hack day learn they pretty much know us as a guild. But yeah, let's get started. So I will keep it very short. I'm not doing a more evangelized part in that end, but specifically talking about community management, it's a new job role. People didn't thought of community management can be become one of the job role, and because at the end of the day, if right now if we saw companies out there, those who thinking of going for a community as a serious community in terms of in business endpoints, so why they are taking up, because at the end of the day if you have a product as a if I'm talking about as a startup, if you have a product, we can basically take it all things into the number of people that they have to manage right at the end. So from my end, at what I experience is that if you can handle those people at the end of the day, if suppose you just release one first version of your product, and again bugs will be there again. So to manage that whole community, to answer those queries is a very tedious task, to make that community very evangelized and also engaging as well as. So that's the main part came into the community management. But again, community actually came into DevRel space when we're talking about tech communities, or when we say in a very product point of view, right? But DevRel has a different aspects. DevRel has when we say developer advocacy, you can advocate that thing. You community managers, you can manage the whole those managers basically who manage the community. So my majorly focus is around community management, and why it becomes a very important role you can say right now, because again there's a different aspect of when we say in a hierarchical form of any organization. There's one thing you can say the leading leaders, basically those who are you can say CEOs, CTOs, basically those who lead the, or you can say those who are in the team of leadership you can say, right? There's a one team who basically handle the whole tech, which also include SDs, your maybe SDs part. There's one team is of design, and there's one team maybe on the product side, basically to understand the customer, what the customer is experiencing. And there's one another part which came into basically on the community side, and community basically came into the partnership side, if you say, because again collaborating is one of the major key factor of how the community totally works. And the majorly thing that what I'm thinking is if we are specifying career in community management, in general if I'm say community is not only related to maybe doing events. Like many people think community management is like an event manager. No, if we say in a tech specific end, community manager is more to that. Because if you didn't know understand the product what you are giving, you can't evangelize that product, you can't engage, or maybe do the maybe related any kind of activities. Maybe you can take an example quizzes around that because you didn't know about the product, right? So again, devrel or community management stuff also entangled with many of the other teams. You can say you have to connect with the sales team, marketing team, design team, SDE team, basically how the whole functionality works. So this the overlay around it. And for if I'm say how you can explore community management, start joining as much as community. I'm not saying just stick to with one community. Start joining as much as community you can say. Because again community management is one of the major key factor of how the community works. And community in a initial end, and try to active on those community. And after that, if you think this community is I it's very kind of matured and I know pretty much everything, so try to shift more, to shift or discover new community so that you can also explore your skills. When we say tech communities, tech communities general are more focused around that. If I'm going for different communities also, like maybe startup communities, finance communities, or like many other communities are indulged over there, maybe content creation community. For content creation, maybe if I say beer biceps maybe have a one Discord server, so like he just creating content over there, so you know how the whole content creation works. Maybe if you can join finance community, so there's one to two communities, I didn't remembering the name, but they also doing basically focus on the education part, how they can get educated as many as people around finance. So again, be a part of community, try to explore try to understand how the management works, try to connect with the core team of that particular community. Maybe they can try to apply for those community, maybe as a like any role, it can be maybe social media handling or maybe like community managers, around kind of that, right? And yeah, that's basically my part, or you can say the core part, how a community total works. And if you have any question regarding it, I'm here to help you on that end. Yeah.
That's great to hear, Kartikeya. So, if the audience have any sort of questions to ask or any doubt to clarify, then they can ask it right now. I had a question actually. So at Postman, what is your day-to-day schedule like? Like, what do you do from day to night in a regular day?
You can say, if I'm saying schedule of my specifically on terms of community management, so again, in morning I just check it out the like maybe the Discord server of mine and Postman, as I am also right now interning at Postman. Like, is there anyone who facing any issues, maybe regarding maybe product, maybe Postman product kind of thing? Is there anything that we are thinking of? Then maybe my afternoon goes on maybe to doing some basically to talk with my team, like what how we can evangelize more on our Discord server, maybe do some activities or maybe doing some quizzes or maybe games for so that we can evangelize and engage our community as well. So and at the night I have a like maybe team meet with my which is basically on San Francisco, and like it's a club of like San Francisco and Bangalore team. So we have a connect on not on not every day, but like weekly two times you can say. So yeah, this basically, and at the night just I am just maybe I also just internal basically doing internal part of the process of like taking like onboarding process of student leaders programs, those pretty much active in Postman. As you much know, we have like three communities basically three programs that is running. First one is Postman Student Expert. This is a kind of a certification program basically which basically more focuses on like how you can get indulged with APIs, and this basically process is more on it how you can basically do hands-on training you through of APIs, so that you can get how you can test an API, how you can use an API on Postman basically platform. Second thing is student leaders. This is the program basically focuses on like if anyone who is really interested to basically evangelize APIs and or API literacy on their campuses. So this is the way, but you have to be a Postman student expert, then you only become a student leader. That's our whole process. And third one is the classroom program, which is basically for the educator or maybe the teachers or professor that they are that they want to be evangelize APIs in their maybe in their curriculum or like educational curriculum or like college curriculum. So and this is the part where I am basically handling the student leaders program and student expert program basically. So that's my whole day, you can say. Yeah.
All right, that is great to hear. So, also, I had this doubt always like, how do you prepare for a community management role? Like, how do you show a company that you are good for a community management? Like, if it is for a coding role, then you can prepare DS and stuff. But how do you show a company that you're good at community management?
Yep. So my take is like it's not like a proper roadmap, I can say, because community management is totally new. Those who pretty much know this. But if I go with my journey, my majorly community, not management, but in terms of community also, I started this from my second year of college. I think so. Third semester before the COVID, I guess. So I start joining like I start going for the meetups of Facebook Developer Circle Raipur, like as my college is from Chhattisgarh, India. So I go to Facebook developer circle. So like I got to know about like people are doing some tech events maybe on Django meetups or like regarding that kind of thing. But after COVID hits, then I saw like I really saw like there is a very less community culture in my state. So I thought of let's bring some basically let's create a small group like a kind of a community so that we can do some stuff regarding that, maybe help the students or maybe my juniors or my fellow mates so that they can explore that stuff. And after that, like I started, because all things are goes virtual, so I have a great connected with great communities, great community like members, like some from Mumbai, some from Delhi, and like I get to connect with them. Then major league hacking, like MLS local hack day happened. So from there, like we started with the guild kind of concept, but over that like we didn't think of, like because our community is very small. But when we ranked like top three in the all the local hack day land, because on that year I think the three local hack day happened. First one is I guess learn, which is we ranked one. In build we ranked two, and in share we ranked three as a guild. Those who didn't know, it's like a community only. They called like a guild, like a group of people basically. So that is the, you can say my that point. And from during this process, by creating my own community, I got to know that how I can create the events, how can I manage the whole stuff, how I can manage the whole community, what the community actually needs from me. And basically just to be state, because like if there is community already exist in your region, so please do not create it, but try to be indulge in there as a core member, like kind of community manager or maybe anything, social media handler, UI UX designer, any website developer, or like tech, basically from tech team also, that's also preferable. In case you have didn't have any community, start with your own community. You pretty much know, because you know the whole workflow, or you can say process out of it. So yeah, basically that's my take, because it's my journey is more on community side, like from my second year. So that's why I'm more indulged with community right now. And my foundation, and it's really important, if you're creating your own community, your foundation should be clear. Like my foundation is like creating an open source community in my region for specifically. So that's my basically take on that. So if you're creating your own community, your foundation should be clear for what you are creating. Are you creating for student community? Are you creating for maybe maybe for startups, or maybe for entrepreneurs? Are you creating for maybe content creators? What basically what community you are thinking of? So yeah, that's my take on that. Yeah.
Great. Okay. So, other than that, community management is more of like a non-tech job, right?
Yeah, it's a
If I'm not
non-tech, but
wrong.
it depends on you. Like it can be also possible, like like if I say specifically to 70-80%,
Hmm.
what I'm doing is a non-tech part. But as Postman is as a tech company, or you can say a tech startup
Hmm.
specifically, so I also get on a hand, you can say hand dirty on maybe API stuff, or like do basically that part. So
Alright.
you can say
So
70
it
to 80
depends
percent
upon
is
the
non-tech,
company
but
too,
like
right?
remaining. Yeah. Part of like there's a whole team of operation, basically in the it can be operation maybe on the, like suppose you are also handling like holding any conferences, and that conference is more on like virtual. So you need a production team to basically handle the whole video production kind of stuff. Maybe you, if you are doing live streaming, there's a whole production team, and this whole production team came into operation, how the whole operation handled your swags part, maybe if you're giving something to your maybe to the participant or those for the winners. So there is a whole part of the operation team basically led on it. How you there is also came a concept of growth in community. It's okay to you a created community you're creating for maybe student community or like any community you're focusing on, but again, growth is really important. If your growth becomes tangent, that's also a fall of your community. So you have to also check, like maybe every month, is there any increase in your community or not. So you should have a growth mindset over that. If the community becomes tangent, so how you can improve that thing in a more, maybe in an exponential way, or maybe not in a, also in exponential, maybe in a linear way, like it's increasing day by day. That's really important. So yeah, growth mindset should be there. Again, when came into growth mindset, again all the lies over about the product management side, you can touch on like how basically how it's more like how, if you are like a product manager, you are thinking of about customers, like how their experience, like how's the customer experience after using a product. Again, same thing, how how as a community leader or community manager, how like how's the experience of your attendees, or maybe the participants or the member of your community, so how you can improve how you can improve their experiences, maybe doing some activities, or like doing any other planning over that. So yeah, that's my take on that.
Makes sense. Okay. So that is all what I had to ask. If anyone else in the audience has any queries regarding what he said, you can ask it right now.
Hey, I actually wanted to ask about the role which you said. So the first step for the person to get started, like I also run a community, and let's say if I'm also looking for some community manager, just like a volunteer role, and so what should I think when I'm asking for folks to fill the forms or something like that? What would be your tips? Like, what should I look for a person like who can actually help me with this, help our team also, and maybe we all can learn together too.
Maybe your question is the answer only. Like if you say, like suppose I'm just taking an example. If you want to make me like community manager of your community, how your community is valuable to them, like basic thing. Like if you are even if anyone who's a hiring manager, and if he or she wants to bring any like great talent to their company, maybe on Google, Microsoft. So why we are like, if we say there's a concept of FANG, like why we going for Facebook, Google, Microsoft? Because they have a credibility over that, right? Same thing again, if you're very initial part, like if you are building your community from very initial, like right now you are very in the foundational basis. So over that, maybe if you're starting kick this off, like maybe I'm not saying like go with the, like if very, because community is like a startup only, if you are thinking in a very broader way, right?
Yeah,
So in the
yeah.
initial, if I'm assuming you're a student, like college student, and like I'm just assuming right now, so you can take up with your initial with your friends. And in case you are a professional and you want to start community for like say 5 years down the line, so again numbers matters, but over that brand value matters. Again, they are also engaging the other folks in the community. So again, and if your community is like established, and like it's like well well organized, and like well structured, again numbers matters, but over that brand value matters. Again, numbers matters, but over that brand value really matters. Again, as what I'm saying, community is like, not, it's not a startup, but it's like a startup by while working, you say. So if I say, if anyone say like I why everyone say like I want to join Facebook, I want to join Google, Microsoft, Netflix, or like plus many companies are there. So starting through maybe, like if we say we have to go Google, it's not about like they are building great products, but the uh, culture that maybe the job culture that they are providing, it's also another level. Yeah.
Yeah, I can able to. Yeah, thank you.
So does anyone else have? I think that's it. Also, I had this question. Okay, it might be a stupid question, but do you think like college has mattered to you in your journey, CGP and college and the people around you? It has mattered
I think
or
so.
not?
It doesn't matter. No, even like I didn't have a fear if I didn't get any degree also. Like that's the mindset. Like many people, like those who from community, or those who pretty much like, again, maybe that even I tweeted about the same thing. Maybe community is like a modern Gurukul system, like that what we in our ancient India. Maybe because again you are collaborating with those people who are doing great in particular, maybe tech or maybe even non-tech roles. I'm not specifying about tech only. So college doesn't matter. Again your skills matter. And many people thought the soft skill is not. Just give me a moment. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry, there's a like network glitch on my side. Yeah, so sorry, can you repeat what actually I'm saying? I just forgot. Like, what is the question actually?
Yeah, I just asked if do you think college has actually mattered to you in your journey so far?
Yeah, it doesn't matter for sure. But as I am already stating, like if many people say like soft skill doesn't matter, actually it's really matter. Even if you know, like if I'm going for like a web developer job, suppose I'm taking an example, right? And if I know pretty much about like 20-30% of web development, it's totally that's great, I will say. Yeah. But if you can't able to communicate what you know, it doesn't matter, because like there's a like quote by, I think so, from there's one Googler who basically created a cloud, Google cloud computing stuff. Basically, he says like there is no hard skill, there is no soft skill, there is only skills. So many people think that soft skill is really easy, anyone can learn, like it's very easy, but it's not. Even though right now I am a like maybe I'm pretty much doing great in community management stuff, even though I am learning maybe in terms of English or vocabulary kind of thing, it's very soft skill kind of stuff, but it's really important as a community manager. And not for community manager, in any job role, if I'm specifying. So again, college is okay, but please, like I didn't rely on college, I didn't even sat on my on campus, so it doesn't matter, like yeah.
That totally makes sense. So I think that is it. It's 7:30 already. So, yeah, so we had a great time hosting you, Kartikeya. I hope to like see you in more of our sessions as well.
For sure, bro, for sure. Like I always be there. Just invite me. I will be there for, yeah, for sure.